Welcome, CE family. I can't wait to see how God is going to work through today's service. When you are in service, if you have any questions, comments, or prayer requests, go to churchexperience.tv/connect or pull out your camera app and scan this QR code. Or if you always want to stay connected with us at CE, just hit that subscribe button. We love to hear back from you, get back to you, and be praying for you, CE family.
Good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? Happy Mother's Day. It's always great. It was a wonderful morning. I love the worship. I love that we all just get to have fun together and celebrate all that God's doing in us and through us. I want to start off with a question. Now imagine you check your post later. It still surprises me that post arrives in America. It's just like 2-day free shipping. It's just imagine you get home and you see an envelope. And on the back there's this royal seal from Buckingham Palace. And you're like, wow, this looks legit. It doesn't look like spam. They're not trying to sell me something. It looks like, and you open it up and it says like the Majesty is requesting your presence. And you're like, oh, okay. Or imagine like you see a call come in, and you know how like Apple and maybe Android does the same. It's like it scans the call for you. And it's amazing what you can do online. But imagine King Charles is phoning you. This is what it would sound like if he's phoning you.
Hello, all the wonderful people of Church Experience Westchase. I would be oh so grateful if you would accompany me and Camilla for dinner this evening at Buckingham Palace to celebrate your 3rd birthday. Now I know your vicar is a pirate, but the dress for dinner is strictly formal. No eye patches, parrots, or those hideous Crocs and socks combo that the kids are wearing these days will be allowed. I am very much looking forward to celebrating with you all.
It's amazing what you can do with the internet these days, right? It's a bit scary, if I'm honest. But imagine he's inviting you. It's also good to see you guys. Ethan's birthday today. So happy birthday, brother. Like imagine he invites you to Buckingham Palace for your birthday. You'd be like, oh, hang on. Like, I don't have the right clothes. I don't have the right accent. Right? I don't sound British. Maybe you start practicing. Oh, I'm speaking British now, and you maybe start practicing. You don't know which fork to use, because is it on the outside in or the inside out? I'm used to these like plastic forks, and so maybe even Google like how to be normal around royalty. You maybe start learning like from that, and you maybe go into full preparation mode, and you start thinking, well, I need a new outfit, I need new shoes, I maybe even need a new personality. You start like learning all these type of things, and that's what happens when someone important invites you over. You start thinking, I need to prepare. I need to put my best foot forward, right? I need to really go above and beyond. But now imagine it changes. Imagine he phones and he says, I'm coming to your house. Oh dear. All right. I'd love to come. King Charles, he phones you and he says, I'm coming over. I'd love to come over to your house for dinner. And you're thinking like, oh dear. Like there's a lot that needs to happen. Like you're not just preparing yourself, preparing the whole environment. You start moving furniture since like the first time since 2008, trying to clean things, right? You start cleaning things that are not even dirty, right? Because you want it to be perfect, right? And so you go into full preparation mode. You're thinking, well, I've never cleaned that before, but I'm going to do it now because there's someone fancy coming over later, and I need to really prepare, right? Because when someone important is coming over, you feel the pressure to make everything perfect. Now I want you to think of that same feeling and imagine Jesus coming over. And not just a king on a throne somewhere, but Jesus himself is going to come into your home. He's going to walk among you. He's going to socialize. He's going to chat with people. He's going to be in your living room, sitting at your table, and you're seeing everything, knowing everything, interacting with everyone. And you might think, well, hang on, no, this is like I need to really now put some effort in and really need to start fixing some things real quick, right? Because what happens if he opens that cupboard that no one's really supposed to open, right? And he sees all the stuff that, you start thinking like, what? I have to get everything perfect. And this type of environment is the exact moment that we're going to step into the town of Bethany with Mary and Martha. And it's a beautiful story. It's happened in John 12, Matthew 26, Mark 14, and Luke 7. You see this type of environment happen in all of them. Some commentators say they're different. Some say it's all the same story. Whatever it is, I'm going to read from John chapter 12, just this interesting story about Mary and Martha and the two different responses to Jesus coming over. Martha, she's in full preparation mode. She is like, we need to get things done properly. She is cooking and cleaning, and this is me thinking about, this is what happens, right? It says 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served, while Lazarus was reclining among those at the table with him. Now, I don't know about you, but this is after Lazarus has been raised from the dead. And if I was at that dinner, I love to just kind of get a sense of what's happening around the scripture, right? And if I'm sitting there with Lazarus, I'm probably just poking him. Right? It's like, tell me again what happened. Like, you died? Yes, I died for a couple. And then this is just crazy. Tell me the story again. It sounds so unbelievable. And you can just imagine this kind of story happening, right? Martha is there. She's not just creating a dinner party. She's creating an experience. If there was clipboards back in Bible times, she's probably got a clipboard there. Is the food ready? Yes. Is the house clean? Check. Are the guests happy? Yes. Is Jesus impressed? Or hopefully he is. And the more she works, the more she notices something. Mary's not helping. She's just sitting there. She's not even assisting. She's not even pretending to be busy. I've got a friend who basically, it's going to be anonymous. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I don't want to embarrass the guy. But he basically said to me, like the trick is to look busy. That's what this person said to me. I don't want to dishonor him, because it might be a bit embarrassing. Would it be embarrassing if I tell you who it is? But I'm not going to tell you. It's between you and me. But he basically said, like, look busy, but don't actually be busy. And that's what, like, Mary's not even doing that. She's not even doing that. She's not even pretending to be busy. She's just sitting there at Jesus' feet, as if the whole world is paused around her. Now, I don't know about you, but I would kind of sense the tension rising, because now the more Martha's doing, the more she's noticing that her sister's not doing. And there was this dialogue previously at a previous time in Luke 10 where Martha goes to Jesus and says, don't you even care that my sister's not doing anything? And they have this dialogue, and she's like, no, she's doing the more important thing. So I can imagine like the tension rising. Yeah, I don't know about you, but if there's tension rising because you're doing all the work and you're in this case your sister's doing nothing, you're probably going to get a bit louder, aren't you? You're going to close the cupboards a bit louder. Hopefully they notice. You're going to bang the pots a bit louder. So hopefully they recognize, you're doing all the work. Oh, let me come and help you, right? And so maybe there's this like holy frustration that's coming up in Martha. Like, you know the time. What it is. It's like you're serving God, but you're slightly annoyed by doing it because you feel like you're the only one doing it. And then there's this, and so it says Mary, so Martha served and Lazarus was there. Then this moment happens. Where Mary's sitting there with Jesus, and she gets up and she goes and grabs this alabaster jar full of perfume. Now they say it's like this alabaster, it's a pound, it's 500 milliliters of pure nard, this really expensive perfume that they would have shipped from northern India that the Roman soldiers would use, but that much, they say it's worth like 300 denarii, which is almost a year's worth of wages. This is generational value right here. Because this isn't some perfume that you go to the outlet mall and get on discount. No, this is something that you pass down from generation to generation, because this is something that's so sacred that you might maybe use once or twice in your life, maybe during a wedding or something like that. This is so sacred that you're not going to use all of it because you want to give it to the next generation and the next generation. And so this is how precious this type of perfume is. And Mary took a pint of this pure nard, an expensive perfume, and poured it all over Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. and the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. Can you just imagine that scene? There's Martha trying to create this experience, this food, this wonderful party, and Mary just comes in there and breaks this thing. In one of the other passages, it says the alabaster, she broke it and poured all of the perfume over his feet and washed his feet with it and then wiped her hair with it. This sacred, like a woman's hair in Bible times was sacred. Now she's like, this is just such a beautiful picture that I'm sure shocked everyone around there. Because now suddenly this house doesn't smell like food anymore. It says that the house was filled with the fragrance of this perfume. And that's when it changes, right? Suddenly the focus isn't this meal that she was preparing. It smells like worship. So now the question becomes: is what matters more, the meal that was prepared, or the love that was poured out? Some at the time, it said that Judas Iscariot, who would later betray him, objected, why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth a year's wages. He did not say this because he cared about the poor. Carries on, Jesus says, leave her alone. It was intended for her to save this perfume for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me. And to some people at the time, this is a waste. And Jesus is saying, this is beautiful. It's because the kingdom of heaven, it measures differently. The kingdom of heaven, it doesn't measure in what was spent. It recognizes what was surrendered. It recognizes what was surrendered. And that's the title of my message this morning is The Fragrance of the Father's House. We've talked this idea the last 2 weeks, this idea that in 2 Corinthians 2, verse 15, where Paul is talking to the church in Corinth, where he says, you are the pleasing aroma of Christ to those around you, right? And it's this idea that I thought of weeks ago, we carry this fragrance, and I get it, it's a bit abstract, isn't it? Like fragrance, it sounds a bit weird. Can't I just, but I love the idea of us carrying something with us. Wherever we go, we carry something. That's what he's saying. He's saying, you're the aroma of Christ. And so last week I talked about the fragrance of the covenant. I talked about marriage and things like that. And this week it's the fragrance of this Father's house and what we carry into our homes. And so I'd love to just kind of unpack it a bit, but that's why the story doesn't just become about Mary, it becomes about us, because we don't just carry information about Jesus, we carry his fragrance with us wherever we go. Some people maybe walk into a room and stress follows them, anxiety follows them, pressure follows them, but those that have been in the Father's house, hey, love follows them, peace follows them, hope kind of lingers long after they've gone. Maybe you've been around people that it's like exhausting, right? But then there's others that just you feel when they leave just so like joyful, right? Because they're carrying something. And that's our hope for all of us, is that we carry this aroma of Christ wherever we go, that whether it's on church on a Sunday or wherever we go, we're carrying something that people see us and go, they're carrying hope, they're carrying life, they're carrying joy, they're carrying all these things with them because the fragrance of heaven has gotten to them. I want to honor the moms for a moment, because when I look at Martha and her idea of kind of carrying everything and kind of sacrificing a lot, moms understand what it's like to be a Martha. You resonate with her, right? You serve constantly, you carry so much, you do things, you hold things together that not many people notice. You create environments where people feel safe and loved and cared for, and often it's unseen. And so for moms, like a lot of times they're not just managing a home, they're releasing a fragrance, right? A patience that people see. The sacrifices that you make, the consistency that you carry. I saw this humorous ad about moms that I'm sure many of us will resonate with, and I'd love to just play it quickly now.
Hey, Mom! What's for lunch? Hey, Mom!
Hey, Mom, where did dirt come from?
Hey, Mom! I got laundry! Hey, Matt! Is it Thursday?
Does this look infected?
Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom!
Hey, Mom!
Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom! I'm Hey, Google, call Mom.
Calling Mom.
Isn't that wonderful? I'm sure all the moms are like, yes, that's 100% true, right? I've been in the bathroom and I've been like, Mom, please open up. No, I don't want to open up. That's why there's locks there, so that you don't just stroll in here. But I'd love to just honor the moms. You guys, you're just amazing. The sacrifices you make, it's been beautiful to watch. And like even wherever Jenna, she's probably feeding, like just to do, it's such a thankless job most of the times, right? But I tell you, it's so special, right? I wanted to tell you something. You are doing better than you think. You're stronger than you feel, and what you're carrying is shaping more than you can see. And that's the aroma of Christ. Oh, you second service people, you always get I was reminded while we were singing worship that I used to message my dad on Mother's Day. I still have a mom who I love dearly, but my dad was, when we were in boarding school, far away from home, he was the one who really kind of took charge. And so I had this special thing with him where I just wish him on Mother's Day as well. I'd wish my mom as well, but I'd wish him on Mother's Day because of the sacrifices that he made for me, right? And I was just reminded that while I'm worshiping, I'm like, he never got the joy to see my kids, all three of them. But the moms, what you are doing is shaping things that you can't even see. You get it much easier than many men, if I'm honest, right? We'll celebrate the men some other time, right? You guys know that. But women just, I don't know, they catch this idea of sacrificial love far more than many men can. I don't know, maybe it's just easier for the ladies to kind of recognize what that looks like. But the sacrifices that you women make, whether you biological, I'm like, even here, we've never lived in a town where we had our parents with us, right? My parents or Jen's parents. You met Jen's folks; they were with us recently, and they always lived quite far away. So we'd see them a couple of times a year. Now we've got a church family that love on my kids like as if you're their own mothers and fathers. You know what I love? When Rebecca's up, I don't know. I think I'm gonna start doing like like a schedule or a schedule at the back here for who gets to hold Rebecca, right? Because you had her last week. No, but just for 15 minutes. No, but then I'm busy, so you can't have her. Someone even said to me, I should start charging. Should I charge like $1 a cuddle or something, right? Can you imagine? Well, we'd go downhill very quickly. Like, is this a church? What is this place? But I love that because you are spiritual fathers and mothers to my kids as well. That's what makes this so special. That's what makes church community so special, that we don't do this in isolation. We do it together, right? And that's like even this morning. I told the kids this morning, can you guys sing with us? Yeah, they didn't know the words. I loved it. Didn't you love it? Like, I just loved the fact that they coming up here and kind of making a fool. And I said to Cole, can I do the gritty? He says, no, Dad, please don't. Like, I just love the fact that our kids are growing up in this environment to be like, yeah, it's all for Jesus. And women, you are carrying something that many people don't even see, that you won't even see, because you're carrying this fragrance of the Father's heart towards your family. The Father's house has a smell, right? Every home carries a fragrance, right? Not just physically, but spiritually, right? And the Father's house has a very distinct aroma. It doesn't smell like striving. It doesn't smell like performance. It doesn't smell like I'm holding it all together. It smells like surrender. It smells like love poured out. It smells like people that have been with him. And this is the tension that we find ourselves in, right? Because you think of Martha. Martha was trying to create and prepare a house for Jesus. And Mary was releasing the fragrance of Jesus. She was preparing. It says there, she was keeping this for my burial. So Jesus was saying that she was keeping this for my burial. It's good that she's doing this now. Martha was working hard to make the environment right, but Mary let his presence make the environment right. And we live with this tension because we live in a culture that constantly trains us to build Martha houses. You know, if when you have discussions with each other, how was your week? What do we usually say? I was busy. I was busy. What did you get up to? Yeah, there's Monday, Tuesday. Like, I don't know how you've done this. I've been here for 4 years. America's a busy place. So busy. You've done it your whole life. It's exhausting sometimes. There's always something going on. There's always something going on. America's such a big place, and there's so much, even just I think of sport. I'm like, there's sport. Like, there's just so much going on. We kind of encouraged to kind of build these Martha houses, right, where schedules are full, our minds are full, there's full pressure, always moving. We can't slow down. If we need to slow down, well then we're not, I have to get ahead, and if I slow down, well, I can't get ahead if I've stopped, right? So we must always be producing, always doing, really stopping, really slowing down, never really sitting in the presence of Jesus. And the result is our lives can be full, but the atmosphere is empty. What Mary shows us, which is so powerful, is that the fragrance comes from presence, not performance. We don't create this fragrance of heaven through effort. We create it through proximity. She was with Jesus, and she carried what she carried close to him was released to everyone else. It says the whole room was filled, right, with that fragrance. When I used to be in corporate, you know, like with the open plan offices, and your coworker decides to heat up fish from the night before, and that fish smell just carries the whole office. Have you ever been there? Like, that's like what they're saying here. This fragrance carried and filled the whole house. So what we carry gets released to the homes that we're in, right? And so what is full in our home right now? Is it pressure? Because something is filling our home, right? There's always going to be something that's trying to fill our home, right? Is it pressure? Is it anxiety? Is it doom scrolling? Is it endless responsibility? Is it pressure? And peace. And the nearness of Jesus. We were, as humans, we were never meant to carry the weight of the world. We aren't. There's too much. If we try and carry the weight of the world, that everything is happening in the world around us, if we try and carry that and try and understand it and try and feel the weight of it, you're going to feel crushed under that weight, because we're not meant to carry all of that. We're meant to carry this aroma of Christ. That's what he's saying, right? Because what you expose yourself to will influence what you carry. If you expose yourself to things that fill you with anxiety and stress and worry and fear, well, what do you think you're going to carry? What you expose yourself to will influence what you carry. And so here's the question, here's the tension, are we more like Mary or are we more like Martha? Do we resonate with Martha in this culture where we always have to be busy and moving and producing, trying to keep it all together, trying to make everything happy for everyone, and we tell ourselves it's for God, and maybe it was at one stage, but somewhere along the way we lost our way, and we stopped sitting with him. Maybe there's others of us that remember what it was like to be Mary when life was a bit simpler, when we didn't have as much responsibilities as we have now. And we remember a time where Jesus felt so close and still, and we felt presence, but then life got loud and schedules got full, and you had a baby and everything changed. And we remember a time when we could resonate with Mary, to just sit there and to switch everything else around us. But then we got lost along the way. Can I tell you what one of my favorite parts of the day is when Rebecca wakes up after a sleep, and it's so cute because she doesn't usually wake up crying during the day. She just kind of wakes up chatting to herself. She's like chatting, hi. She's almost like, hi guys, someone come in, and then I get in there and I look over her. Do you call it a cot? Crib. You call it same as me. Why did I think? Do you think it's different? I look over the crib and she just looks at me and she just smiles. I'm like, hello. And she's just like smiling at me. I'm like, and I pick her up and I put her right here. And she just kind of gets like sunken in here. And I just like, usually I have to arm wrestle my family to get this moment, right? Because Jen wants it, Luke wants it, Carl, maybe I'll pay for you guys to have this moment. I'm just kidding, right? But I have this moment with her, and I just, suddenly the world kind of slows down. Time kind of feels to stand still for a period, just for a moment. And she just kind of tucks herself in. It doesn't last long, mind you, because she's, Dad, I want to explore, right? And so, suddenly the weight of the world kind of feels a bit more distant, just in that moment. I think that's what Jesus means, to sit with him. We're not ignorant of the stuff that still needs to happen, right? We're not, but just for that moment, we just want to be more like Mary than Martha, where we just sit with him. And the invitation from Jesus isn't pick a side, right? Do I pick Mary or pick Martha? No, it's don't let your service replace your presence. We can be busy around Jesus, but still miss being with him. We can say, I'm busy for Jesus, but I'm not sitting with him. The invitation is let your service come from his presence. You want to read a wonderful book from Brother Lawrence. He was a monk from the 1600s called Practicing in the Presence of God. Read the book, it's beautiful. How he would just go through his whole day, kind of the service that he did would come from being in Jesus' presence, right? And let your life be filled with his fragrance. Let your home smell like this aroma again, the smell of heaven. I'd like to take it. Beginning of the week, I was trying to figure out what to do. Wednesday, I changed it because I really felt I wanted to talk about Mary and Martha. And then I didn't know how to kind of finish it off, right? And so then I was wrestling with this idea, but I want to talk about family. Because it doesn't just end with us as mothers and fathers. It doesn't. The fragrance of the Father's house affects the kids. It shapes our children, right? One of the greatest tensions I think that we face as parents is that, like, we think our job is to make our kids like us. Like as if, like, I need to be their best friend. No. I don't need to be my kid's best friend. That's not biblical. We need to be their spiritual mothers and fathers. And those are not the same thing. Can I not have fun with my kids? Absolutely. But you come with this spiritual authority as their spiritual mothers and fathers. And those aren't the same thing, because sometimes love looks soft, right? And sometimes love looks strong. Sometimes love hugs. And sometimes love says no. Mickey, you can come up. Sometimes love comforts. And sometimes love corrects. In our culture today, that's difficult. Because we think as parents, we maybe feel the pressure that we must avoid conflict at all times. We can never upset our kids. We can never disappoint them. We always need to keep them happy. And listen, I know that I'm speaking as a parent of Volker, my closest friend in South Africa. He was here over Christmas. And he would always say to me, small kids, small problems. Big kids, big problems. And I get that, right? And so I'm speaking as someone who's still got young kids. Even though Luke is bigger than me, I think I can still take him out. I had someone say to me recently, Warren, you have it easy with your kids. So far. But watching them grow, it doesn't happen overnight. It means you'll have to die to yourself to lead them spiritually. It won't just happen after one talk with them. It happens daily, after day after day, year after year. And can I tell you, apologize to your kids? Am I allowed to? Yeah, absolutely. I sat with one of my boys yesterday and apologized for something I said when I shouldn't have said it. I said, listen, please forgive me for saying what I said to you. That's not right. I shouldn't have said that. Please forgive me. And can I tell you, kids are resilient. Yes, I forgive you. Apologize to your kids if you made mistakes. Own it. Own the mistakes that you've made. Our kids are not looking for perfection, right? They're looking for just honest mothers and fathers, right? You don't need to be their best friend, because if a parent who only wants to be liked will eventually struggle to lead. Because children, they don't just need affirmation, they need formation. They need fathers and mothers who will carry the fragrance of the Father's house. And sometimes that fragrance smells like grace. Sometimes it smells like wisdom. Sometimes it smells like loving correction. We're not just raising children to survive culture. We're raising children that will carry heaven into the culture. We're not just thinking, well, we have to keep them in this holy huddle because the world is a scary place. What if instead of us being worried about the culture, we impact our kids so much, we're raising them to carry the fragrance of the Father's house into culture. Hey, if I'm in culture, I'm scared of the fragrance that's coming from the kids. That they're not worried about culture, not worried about what the culture says. They're carrying something, right? Because there'll be moments your kids won't understand your decisions that you make. They just won't. And that'll be hard. There'll be times where the boundaries feel unfair. There'll be times where discipline feels uncomfortable, right? There'll be times where saying no to them is harder on you than it is on them. But you do it because you can see further than them. You're shaping more than just behavior. You're shaping an atmosphere. You're teaching them what the Father is like. I want to encourage every parent in this room, don't ever underestimate the fragrance that you are carrying. The fragrance that your home is carrying, right? That you shaping your kids more than just with your words. They're breathing in this atmosphere that you have. They can smell peace. They can smell tension. They can smell consistency. They can smell prayer. They can smell whether Jesus is a priority in your life or not. They know. If you want Jesus to be a priority in your kid's life, it starts with you. I can't tell my boys and Rebecca one day, you pray, you have to pray, and they don't see me praying. Like, that's how they learn. If it's a priority in my life, it'll be a priority in their life. If I'm modeling this aroma of heaven, they'll catch it. They'll smell it. If I'm just saying, hey, do as I say, don't do as I do, and then we're surprised when they don't follow the way that we've told them to, well, model it, learn from it, show grace to them. There'll be moments where you have to have tough love, and that's going to be hard on you, because it is. But you're not just shaping them to kind of just survive culture. You're shaping them to thrive in it, right? Like, I want my kids now. I used to say my boys, but I have to say all three of them. I want all of them to thrive in the culture. I want them to do even more for the kingdom than I can do. And it starts with me. It starts with the fragrance of the Father's house in our home. But I want them to carry it even further, right? Because hey, I tell you, the kids say, we won't get this right. There'll be loud mornings. There'll be stressful evenings. There'll be moments where maybe our house smells like the fragrance of heaven. There'll be times where our house smells like rotten egg because we got it wrong, right? But our kids aren't looking for perfection, right? They're looking for presence. They're looking for us to be there, because in the middle of real life, our kids will still smell this aroma of Christ through us, right? Through our repentance, through our love, through our consistency, through the courage for us to stand firm when it was unpopular. Because the hope is that one day when they leave the home, which in my life is happening sooner than I'd like to admit, right? I said to Jen, I think I'm going to skip my midlife crisis. She says, well, I said, well, most men have a midlife crisis when there's no kids in the home, right? Like, I was getting quite close to that, but then we had Rebecca. So I'll probably be in my 70s when she's out home, and I can't have a midlife crisis in my 70s, can I? I don't think I can. Am I allowed to? I don't. But you know what I mean? There'll be a moment when your kids leave the home and they step into a broken world, but they'll recognize that it smells different because they've been raised in this fragrance of the Father's house, and now they're carrying that fragrance into the world as well. Can we stand together as we pray? What a joy it is to be a parent. What a joy and invitation it is to carry this fragrance of the Father's house. See, when I think of the Father's house, it doesn't just provide shelter, it restores identity. So maybe we can resonate more with Martha. My life is busy. I don't have time for Jesus. I'll do things around Jesus, but not with him. So I just love this story. Martha just sits there. She's just with Jesus. And what she does impacts this fragrance to the whole house. We get to carry this aroma of Christ wherever we go. It's not only just for us, it's for our children. And so, Lord, I know that in a world where it moves too fast, help us to slow down to be with you. We don't want to be busy around you like Martha. We want our hearts to sit at your feet like Mary. Fill our homes with the fragrance of the Father's house. Let peace fill our rooms. Let grace shape our conversations. Let worship become our atmosphere. And Father, I pray for every mother and every parent here. Strengthen them, encourage them, remind them that every sacrifice, every prayer, every unseen moment matters. And Lord Jesus, give us wisdom to lead our children well, not as friends, but as spiritual mothers and fathers who carry your heart. Help us create homes where our children can smell the goodness of God, where they encounter truth and love and peace and grace and mercy and your presence. Jesus, break open anything that's holding us back from your presence. Let our lives carry this aroma of Christ wherever we go, and may our homes smell like heaven. And Jesus, even as we slow down with this song now, it's one of my favorite songs, friends, is The Heart of Worship. I'd love you to just slow down. Maybe it's just about having a moment with him. And so, Lord, we commit this time to you. Do your work. It's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Before our usher team comes forward to receive our tithes and offerings and response cards, here's a few important things happening with our CE family.
Baptisms and child dedication are coming up soon, and we could not be more excited. Check out Sean's baptism story.
My mom gave me up at age 5, so there's been a little abandonment issue. So and then about teenage years, I got to go back to New Jersey, rip and ran the streets, like normal teenagers in New Jersey do. But I was getting into trouble too much, so I came here and moved with my aunt and uncle, kind of like the Fresh Prince. I went to a predominantly all-black school to predominantly all-white. And I, like a chameleon, you can adapt, and I adapted, and I was just fit right in. So I went to the military, did 4 years in combat. I came back and my grandmother died. She was my rock. She was my mom, dad, best friend, coach, everything. She raised me in the church until I went back with my mom, St. Matthew's in Swickley. I never forget it. I did have church in my life, but I forgot it. Thought God, when my grandmother passed, it was like a spiral started. I tried drugs, I ended up going to jail, and that brought me to Butler. Butler was so small. And I found this church. I just really want to be here for God. And I accepted Jesus into my heart, ready to get baptized and do it right.
If you're ready to take the next step in your faith and dedicate your child to be raised up in a Christ-centered home, now is the perfect time. Be sure to register today to save your spot and be part of this special moment. You can scan the QR code on the screen or sign up in the lobby. As our ushers come forward to collect our response cards and receive our tithes and offerings, your generosity through tithes and offerings is making a real difference, helping people experience the love of Jesus and growing God's kingdom in a powerful way. Every gift plays a part in life change and reaching others with hope. You can give during the service, in the offering buckets, online, or through the CE app.
Thank you for being on mission with us to help more people experience a full life in Jesus Christ.
Today's service was amazing. Hey, you may have personally made a commitment during the service. Please reach out to us. Also, if you have any questions, comments, or prayer requests, go to churchexperience.tv/connect or scan the QR code on the screen. I personally love to stay connected by staying up to date on the CE social media, Instagram, Facebook, or website, or app. It's been great to share another special service with our CE family. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great day.